my name is Sean Ordonez. I'm from Maui, Hawaii. I've been shaping for the past 30 years. Moved here to Maui about 22 years ago to pursue my career as a shaper and as a professional windsurfer. And here I am making toys for boys and girls. The benefit of living here in Hawaii and being a shaper and a professional athlete is incredible, because the level of professionalism amongst a lot of the watermen and women inspire me to constantly pursue the highest level of the sports. And the fact that everyone here is experimenting and trying new sports and not afraid of getting stuck only in doing one thing. Longboarding and shortboarding and tow surfing and kite surfing, all these things that are just incredible to do, and the inspiration of everyone around us that is just pushing it to such a level. So that's one of the beautiful benefits of living here on Maui. Part of my team is Paige Alms, Albee Layer, Matt Miola. I've had Kai Lenny riding my boards, and Marcio Freire that are our heavy chargers, and guys like Jamie Mitchell. He's probably one of the best watermen in the world, and he's felt really comfortable on his 10-4. Damien Hobgood, just got a privilege to make him a board. Now I'm getting a chance to make boards for Nakoa Decoite, who's also someone that I've seen grown up and become into incredible waterman and charging jaws. So there's a few others that I'm probably forgetting, but that's just a short list. All right, we're going to discuss about the sushi, a 10-4 and 3.5 inches thick, and it's approximately about 75 liters in volume. So talking about this real special double barrel deck that I designed for this board, what it's helping this board and it's helping the rider, it's giving a lot of volume to the board, but at the same time it's pre-denting where you would normally make dents on a board. So what it's doing is, because of the dome and where it's placed, it's allowing the surfer to have more leverage on his rail. So as you encounter the more powerful waves and the size, the surfer can very easily control the deck with less pressure, as if it was a plain, flatter, fuller deck. So, you know, you can trust it in bigger waves and really feel confident in your drive and really drive the board on your front foot. The deck design works in correlation with this slightly fuller nose, and it's not quite as pulled in as most guns would have it. It's a little bit wider, and it's a very low entry, and most of the curve is in the middle and in the tail of the board. The nose and tail are actually very close in measurement, which makes it a very balanced outline, and it acts as if it was a bigger board. So one of the nicest things about the dome double barrel deck, which as it blends into the tail, is because of the nice parallel lines that have quite a really nice curve feeding into the tail. They don't track too straight a line, so they still allow a lot of maneuverability for the surfer. But most importantly are the way the rails are shaped. The hard down rails really act as there's no jittery feeling in the board. It just makes for a very positive, smooth feel for the rider, and he can just become second nature and not even think about the tail. So the tail is working as a fin. This rail design bites and holds at very extreme angles. So basically, the steeper the wall, the better this rail starts to work. And the water really releases very hard off this chimed edge. It doesn't wrap all the way on the deck too hard. So especially back here in the tail, the water shoots off the deck just enough to give it control and to not make it too sticky and track a straight line. So it's a very nice complement that I've tested for many years. Most of these boards I prefer for piahe, I prefer them as quads. If the wave is a little slower, they can be ridden as a thruster, but For Hawaii power and speed of the waves, we usually stick to the quad fins. Piahe, for example, we have a lot of wall and we have to make it a good 50 to 100 yards into the channel. So there's a lot of traveling on a very steep wall for a long time. So one of the main features of this board that really makes it special is that it's a bit of a nose riding gun. And the lowered entry in combination with the fin placement really allows the board to hang a very high line on the wave versus coming down too low and getting into trouble. It lets you take a very high line and just really comfortably gets you to the channel, which is my main mission on these boards. This length of the 10.4 is probably one of the ideal, best all-around lengths because it's such a good balance of what actually fits in the radius of like a 15 to 25 foot wave. Okay, that was just a little bit of a rundown of my SOS signature 10.4 sushi model, and I hope that will be of help to you, and please be safe out in the water and have lots of fun and choose the good ones.